That's right. First Jane Doe came out of her coma, then the fever of the Jones boy broke. Misty Castro got the kidney she needed, and Joe Goggin gave up his smoke. A firefighter pulled a little kitty from a burning building unharmed. A smart car safely swerved around baby Scotty, leaving his mom relieved though alarmed. Dad had a rough day at the office. He's had a rough day indeed. He climbed into his shadow black cat and pushed a phone for a fatal news feed. Pray to hear a word of rush, hour crash, or a minor incident to complicate. But nothing came up as he switched the station except for Taylor Swift, who you love to hate. I barely think of something soon, and I'll be looking for a new round of work. My interests lie in the grave. I'm a jerkin' for this work that's a perk. Cheating death has gotten so easy, I've upped my end game. I want to claim all the soul's tech designs, made it easier to save. Dad had a rough day at the office, he's had a rough day indeed. He climbed into his shadow black cat and threw the radio for a fatal news feed. Bring the hero in a rush, hour crash, oh, a minor incident to complicate. Nothing came up as he switched the stage except for God, broken achy hall breaks. Slouched deep in his bucket seats, he had an evil, inspired thought. He planted the seeds of ignorant denial with the well-placed Facebook ads he bought. Disputing science, proof and facts with conjecture, memes and conspiracies. He'd make the people question the truth, filling social media with fake theories. I'll start some accounts on Twitter saying climate change is a hoax. Dare retreat my ridiculous nonsense, I'll even declare to appear I am woke. Outspoken stare their faith and fear. Oh, they're so very fuck with me. Soon they'll start with the vaccinations. Even the strong will become sickly. Dad had a great day at the office. I had a great day indeed. He published that shadow black cat is throwing chaos in his Twitter feed. It won't be too long now. I'll no longer need a lone quick score. The masses of death from natural disasters will easily bring me so much more. Love you.
Ooh, you're on the show.
Whoa.
Hi. Yay.
Woo.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Kate. What's up?
Hey, nothing much. How are you?
Haven't seen you in a bit.
Yeah, man. I didn't
It's
know
been
that
at least 5 minutes.
I didn't know you were gonna be here. It's so good to run into you.
I know. My God. I mean, I just wanted to like check in and see how you are doing. How are you doing?
I really appreciate that. I am doing I don't know. Am I allowed to say how I'm doing?
Yeah, yeah, I think that's why we're here. I mean, welcome everybody, and I hope you'll tell us how you're doing too. And you should probably lead the way because it's like our show. I mean, so I guess we could, I guess that's like our job. We're like
Yeah,
therapists, but we aren't therapists. We should put that up front, right?
we're not therapists. If you have an emergency, please call 911. Not just we're
At the end
not
of the show.
available. This is not your dermatologist office. This is not uh,
Exactly. We are not. We should not be in charge of anybody's mental health. We're just here to share our experiences and the influence it had on our some of our music, loosely and or tightly. I think is what we decided. Am I correct on that, Kate?
yeah, I would say that puts it in a very succinct way. Oh, look at these comments.
All right, getting them in. Oh, it is Kate art. Yes, the art that you see behind us, up here, over there, and down there, Kate created. Yeah, what
Yeah.
is this sort of? Is this what is this? Where did this one come from?
Well, I like to just write I like to draw like repetitive things that can keep my mind occupied while I'm listening to AA meetings in the background.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is perfect. Sort of
Yeah,
like doing a puzzle, or but even more creative, because it's you actually walk out at the end with a piece of art
I
that we're
like to just
using.
draw the same thing over and over and over again. It's great.
That
I'm
makes
just
sense to me because I loop. So I have a very similar like I like to kind of make the same sound and hear it, and then kind of put something over that. And that's something that's always kind of helped me with my bipolarness.
yeah.
And
Oh,
you
Laura O'Brien.
are you bipolar 1 or 2?
I'm two. That's a good question. Are you one?
Yeah. I've wavered, and they've actually diagnosed me with other things many times. So I just say bipolar now. I just go with the whole banner of bipolar. I don't want to divide us. I mean, I'm not like Donald Trump. I don't need to divide us. Okay, we're all one. But yeah, I've had other diagnoses as well. So, but bipolar just feels the most right to me. It's high highs and low lows, and then
Yeah.
trying to keep my life together in between. Is that your experience as well?
Um, yeah, I would say that. I think I identify with the bipolar 2 diagnosis because it's like mostly depression.
Right.
And
Right.
yeah, I know it's
Yeah.
hard for me to talk about mental health without just getting like dark, you know?
Well, I feel like, hey, let's go there. Let's get dark. Let's do it. Let's get light. Let's get dark. Let's get everything in between. I've been on medication for quite some time. I take Seroquel, I take Ativan, and I've got a lot of PTSD and anxiety as well. Um, are you medicated, or are you kind of like taking it one day at a time kind of thing?
I am heavily medicated. I take I don't know what constitutes heavily. I take lamotrigine, which is a mood
Oh yeah,
stabilizer.
Lamictal.
And
Sure, sure. Yeah, yeah.
I do yeah, I do 200 milligrams of that shit every day.
Yes.
Um
We are doing the work, people. We are doing it.
and I
Because it takes
also
a lot to take our medication, right?
yeah, I forget sometimes. I actually forgot for a whole week about like a couple of months ago, and it was like the
Whoa.
worst depression I've ever experienced in my life.
Yes, withdrawal from mood stabilizers is literally the worst thing that I've ever encountered. I really didn't know. I wasn't sure that I would make it through. But here we are, and we're here to do this show for y'all. And I don't know if that's a good segue for you to like go into your first songs, whether it be soothing or seething. Um, but
Yeah,
why don't
yeah.
you set it up?
Okay. Well, my the show that I'm gonna play to kick off our show is the song that I'm gonna play to kick off our show is called "Haircuts for Barbers," and it is a manic, depressive song. It has high highs and low lows. It's mostly low. So let's here we go. My mind's a vessel in the black. Selves I do not recognize anymore. I don't order them online. I don't try them on precise. I can no longer explain. I'm too tired to emphasize. In dreams, I'm giving haircuts to barbers. Some of them are angry, some are entertained. Now I'm finding myself in everyone, but I'm just happening, changing minds like a motel, making mosaics out of missing pieces, writing braille under your skin, dig myself out by the rules, drinking iron from the floor. Trees, I'm giving haircuts to barbers. Some of them are angry, some are entertained. Dreams, I'm giving haircuts to barbers. Some of them are dreams. I'm giving haircuts to barbers. Some of them are angry, some are entertained, some are entertained, some are entertained. Dreams, I'm giving haircuts to barbers. Some of them are angry.
Woohoo! Yes. Man.
How was the
Oh, I'm
audio
gonna
for
tell you. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you to disable before. This is technical speak, everyone tuning in. We have some. Our music sounds better, but our talking sounds better. Music sounds better one way, and our talking sounds better the other. So we have to remember to disable. So that's neither here nor there. That was amazing. And how does it make you feel? It's an older song of yours, yes.
Yeah, I was in
Does it take you right back, or are you kind of like
No, I
disassociated from it now?
Yeah, I feel like I've been asked that question before, and especially like songs you write about breakups and things like that. And I think that like eventually the song becomes just the song, you know?
Mhm.
In this case, I think I was like feeling pretty suicidal when I wrote that song.
Mm.
And it wasn't long after, or it wasn't long before I spent like 3 days home alone around New Year's, just getting drunk and high alone. It was pretty dark. It got pretty real.
Yeah.
The metaphor just kind of popped into my head when I was falling asleep. I
I
was like,
yeah, I was
sober.
wondering how
Yeah.
that came together, but it works perfectly in the the guitar work is so it makes me, feel agitated in a sense, it kind of takes you from the dream to the nightmare to the dream, it's really cool. So it like how long ago was that? If I can
I guess it might have been like 3 years ago.
Right. And like just sort of do you get like physical sensations with your depression as well? Like do you feel ill? Do you feel obviously aside from the mental factor, do you ever feel it like in your body as a physical sensation? And were you dulling that both with booze and drugs and writing? Writing being the healthiest part of it.
Yeah. The only also you can tell I'm on my bed because it shakes with the music.
I know, but it's kind of nice. It's like we're on a little boat. We're like, yay, we're flowing with it now. We're really rocking.
It was perfect with Joel and Carrie are here tonight of Hot Glue and the Gun. They saw
Yes.
me when I was debuting these songs at the Music Inn back when I
Oh,
first wrote them. But to
we love
answer,
them.
I love
They have a
them.
show tomorrow, by the way. I just want to shout out Hot Glue and the Gun. Check them out on Facebook. They have a good show tomorrow. So they're back.
The Gluey Zoomy show.
Hate to break from, but they've given us both great opportunities as well. So had to shout them out. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, which is something that happens to me with my bipolar stuff, is I tend to pivot quickly from thing to thing. So it can be a little frustrating for those who I am speaking with.
Oh no.
But yes, so physical sensations, like do you end up, like for me, this is a bit of a segue, but it's a true fact. It's for me anyway, is that I literally feel sick, or I feel like I'm having, especially with anxiety, I'm having like chest pains or breathing problems, or something's in my throat, or my head hurts, or moving pain, they call it, especially with depression.
Yeah. No, I can't say I do experience those things. The only time I experienced the physical depression is when our physical side effects was when I was coming off of the mood stabilizers. And it felt like there was just like pressure like all over my body. And that was like the can't get out of bed type.
Right. Yeah, and the did you get the lightning bolts in your head and all that stuff too?
No,
that was the hardest part. Okay, well, next time then. Next time. Well, I mean, I guess like obviously, I mean, bipolar is such a, and there's a 1 and 2, and then there's all these diagnoses, but like it manifests in such different ways for every single person. We have a lot of good comments in here. We have I'm just by Lauren O'Brien telling us we rock. We like, what, we respond well, I think, to positive praise, and we will give you positive praise back. I guess I'll go into my song now, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, man.
It's a lighter piece, but it's directly influenced by how I manifest my anxiety in my body, and especially during COVID, where I think we all think like our allergies are, we're dying of COVID or whatever it is. But that's sort of like my normal level of angst is always there. So this song came from that experience, that constant ongoing experience. Oh, and I'm going to use my fart and burp keyboard to help me because we can't have bands right now, Fix this. Check that. Do that. I don't feel right. I call in sick because I don't feel well. My stomach aches and I salivate when I hear a bell. And it tastes like chalk and pennies. That can't be right. I feel like I can't breathe, and my chest is getting tight. I was watching Dr. Oz. Yo, what a pompous prick. He said no symptoms, no discomfort. Don't mean I'm sick. Well, I have that. Or do I mean that I do not? I went on WebMD and I saw 100 things that I do got. Spina bifida, rickets and scarlet fever too, flesh-eating bacteria, and also the swine flu, the mumps and the measles, the clap and the shingles, COVID. I don't have it, but I've been tested for like 18 times because, it's like It's like tickle, breathe, gotta go. And it's not free. It's actually, I got to pay like $125 just to get the 15-minute rapid test because I can't wait 5 days. I'm a hypochondriac. I think that I'm dying. Scurvy Major Bolo. Please know that I'm not lying. My tumor's just as small to show up on my x-ray. I'll go back to the doctor tomorrow twice. The next day, ZocDocs. You guys know ZocDocs? ZocDocs. 1-800-DENTIST. ZocDocs. 1-800-DENTIST. You think I'm crying wolf. You think it's paranoia, and I brought you a stool sample which just seemed to annoy ya. Please take my blood and a urine sample too, and I feel happy and just fine. I don't know what to do. 1-800-DENTIST. Okay, here's the moral of the story. I'm a hypochondriac. I told you I was dying. And I'm singing to you from my grave. Now you know that I wasn't lying. Just because you think you're dying don't mean that you're not. It took me 90 years to die from what I got. Natural causes. Yay. So yeah, woo. That's my like normal everyday kind of feels. And every single day I say to my husband, I say, babe, I think I'm gonna die. And he says to me, probably not today. And that's usually true. Has been so far, thus far. So yeah, that's just one of my special featured acts, I guess, of my bipolarness.
That was very special. That was the one that reminded me of Frank Zappa.
Oh, and that is just the sweetest, kindest thing you could say. Yeah, I think for me that it does often feel physical. Like what's the audience think? Like, where are you guys at? Like, give us some of your and then side effects are like a whole other I saw Simona Berman was talking about side effects. I've had like entire relationships with people that I was like, I think that was like a side effect of that drug I was taking. I don't know. Like, have you ever had a relationship where you're like, I think I only did that because I was really just going to try out, well, I'm trying to think of a good mood stabilizer lithium. I was just going to try lithium for a bit. And then I ended up in a relationship for 2 years with this guy because I was just like so sedated. I was like, oh, well, like, is that ever been your, like men? Am I right?
So I've actually never been in, are you asking the audience or are you asking me?
Well, I'm asking you for sure. I mean, the audience is, I would be happy to hear their crazy side effects as well.
I keep getting distracted trying to see how many people are watching us.
Oh no, don't look. I haven't even bothered. So many.
I'm gonna close the windows and we'll find out later.
Yeah, exactly. I'm watching you.
Thank you. I feel so loved.
Yes. And understood and seen.
I do this thing where I become addicted to the idea of a person. I know I'm totally alone in that. I know nobody else ever does that thing. That's definitely not a thing.
Well, not me anyway.
I become so seriously addicted. It's like it becomes like haha, you just mirrored me. It becomes like a sick obsession, like a sick, toxic, very dysfunctional obsession. Because I will fall in love like with someone who I don't really have a relationship with at all.
Right.
And then their unavailability is what makes them so attractive to me, and then I end up never actually being in relationships.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. All right. That's one way to do it. How's that working for you?
Well, it keeps me safe from intimacy. That's for sure.
Yes, guard oneself. Put up those walls, girlfriend. Do it.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly will do that. Safe, I wouldn't use the word. It does. Do you think it contributes to you feeling more stable? Like if you're like, I'm, not in any. I'm not involved with you. Dealing with another person's feelings and thoughts right now, so I feel more stable.
It doesn't really make any difference, I don't think, because I'm going to be codependent in one way or another, whether I'm with the person or not. I still end up having these like crazy, like my every feeling is dictated by the behavior of the other person. And I'm so incredibly sensitive to the energy that they put out that
Yeah.
I will absorb any information I get, and that will be how I feel that day.
And would you say you're super empath, or would you say,
Yeah.
yeah? And, I mean, I think that's like a good thing in many ways, or so I'm told. Yeah, I think what I need is a song, from you to sort of like give me the picture. Do you have anything? Do you, do you possibly have something that might paint a picture of this feeling that you get with relationships?
Oh boy, that because I picked a song when you were playing. I picked a song related
Oh.
to anxiety.
Oh, well, hey, let's go. We can never. I've always felt
Actually,
comfort.
you know what? I changed my mind. I'm going to play the song that you're talking about because it perfectly fits what we're talking about.
Oh, I would love that. That'd be amazing. And thank you for going with the flow. That means a lot to me because I'm very demanding, I guess. But it feels right. I'd like to hear it.
All right. This one is called The First Lullaby. I'd like to say you're not real, but I know I am. You like to say I'm not real, but you know you are. I'm just afraid I won't be there waiting for you. You're just afraid you won't be there waiting for me. Please, please see me clearly, please. Speak a language that is new so I may see myself in your eyes. Once I was blind, I felt your braille beneath my feet. Where have you gone? Between the lines of the fabled and the weak. All of this time has it been? I've been here before, yeah. I've been here before, trapped within this immortal rhythm. I've been here before, yeah. I've been here before, trapped within this immortal rhythm. I've read all the myths, I can't read anymore. Why is everything so frail in your hands? I am whole, a fresh soon for morning. I'm just afraid you won't be there waiting for me. You're just afraid I won't be there waiting for you. Please, eyes, please in your eyes, please show me there. I cannot know myself without reflection seen. I am just gone. Shadow of the dust into the air, I'm disappearing into ground. Yes, yes, I have been here before. Yes, yes, I have been here before.
Yes. Yes. Would you like to name names on that, or was that, or would you say it's more like a picture, or would you say that zoned in on this one very specific
It was one very specific person who I
Chad?
I don't his name is I don't know who's watching from my network. That's what's so scary about streaming to Facebook is it's like
I know.
literally everybody.
Right.
So I'm not gonna name names, but
Scary.
it was about one specific person from my recent life.
Do you think, like, I've often felt like people are always like, well, you know, once you write the song or you do the play or make the art or whatever, you know, don't you feel better, right? Like you're cured. Am I right? And I'm like, that is just the farthest thing from the truth. I feel like I've never, I think it's helped me, break down some things, you know, but I don't think it's ever cured my, like, oh, that relationship is now compartmentalized into that song, and now I put it on the shelf and only take it out when I need to. But it's interesting how people think that art can, as much as it does soothe and help in many ways, it's not like the cure, you know. What do you feel like you're like constantly that's something that you're doing better at, or you feel like you're more open, or has like the lockdown especially kind of made you more like beep, you know?
Oh, I've went through a lot of phases with this particular obsession, but I will say that I basically wrote an entire album about these feelings. I won't say this person because it really is more about me, which is what that song was about, because it's confusing. It's switching like you and I.
Right.
But so I wrote a whole album worth of material that was preparing me for it to not work out.
Well, I believe that's called like predestination, or what's the word? Self-fulfilling prophecy.
Well, I just so now I have a whole bunch of music to comfort me because it didn't work out.
There you go. And honestly, like, my songs have even the ones that are like just really difficult, because you know not every song I have is about farts, you guys. Okay. But in fact, I have a little love song. Since we're in that zone, and it feels right, and we thought we'd get inspired off each other. I did want to call attention to one quick. Everyone's saying you're beautiful, and someone did say "cute little ginger boy." I don't know if that's a code for this gentleman.
No, that's an older
wrong.
song.
You're wrong. Or and then one says, my exes have nicknamed me Pea Queen and Gassy Mama because my medicine makes me go to the bathroom so much and really gassy. Honestly, this is the truest. I am like the fart queen of this. There is nobody that farts better than me in this house. Okay. And I have a dog and a husband. So your bodily functions as you get older. Okay. Hold on. Antifa wants to have a little moment with you. It's going to get better, kids. So they say. I'm waiting. But it did get better. My relationships did. Like, I would always have these. I was mania made me fuck a lot of people. Okay. Sorry, Dad, if you're watching. I hope you're not. But experience intimacy with a lot of people. How's that? When it wasn't the right person and they didn't deserve my intimacy, my blowjobs. But you know, I met the Craig, and turn my keyboard back on. It just shuts down whenever it wants to. It kind of has little breakdowns like me. But so I have really been missing playing with the band. It's been a while, but I have utilized what's in my space to make up for that. So I've been working with Siri. I don't know if you can see. This is my HomePod Siri, who I also have a very lovely relationship with. He's got an Australian accent, which I think is very sexy. No offense, Craig. But this song's about Craig and about how I kind of stabilized after a while in my relationships. And even though I thought it would be a one-night stand with Craig, well, here we are, 18 years later. Am I right? We'll get Craig's take on that in a sec, I'm sure. And we'll bring him in for a quick interview. So, well, first of all, hey Siri. Hey Siri, tell us a joke.
Whiteboards are quite remarkable.
Whiteboards are quite remarkable. Oh, Siri, you're so funny. Hey Siri, turn up your voice. Okay. Okay. Hey Siri, turn up your voice all the way.
I've turned it up.
Okay, here we go. All right, we're ready. We're going to do a little number together. So here we go. Hey Siri. Beatbox for me.
Here's one I've been practicing. Boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and
That's amazing, Siri. Thank you.
And cats and boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats.
Listen to that rhythm, you guys. We're like such a good pair. But he's a backup singer, so we just keep him behind me now. So I'm gonna try a little beatboxing because he's been teaching me.
And cats and boots 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 and cats and boots.
I think I'm pretty good. I think we need some piano though. It feels lonely with just us.
And cats and boots 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 and cats and boots
harmonies.
and cats and boots 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 and
here we go. This is for you, baby.
When it is legal and science is finally God, I am going to clone you. After we try it out on our dog and it's socially acceptable, I am going to clone you. Cause one of you is not enough to deal with me and all my stuff. Two or more of you, my dear, would alleviate my growing fear that you'll get going when the going it gets tough. Last night when you were sleeping, I swabbed your mouth for DNA. I learned it on Wikipedia to put it in a Ziploc bag and hide it in a cool dark place. I am going to clone ya, cause one of you is not enough to deal with me and all my stuff. Two or more of you, my dear, would alleviate my growing fear that you'll get going when the going gets tough. Break it down. Think of all the good times we'll have when the other two can deal with the bad. The breakdowns, PMS, and the sad when I get in fist fights and drunk down my dad. You know the three is company. One of you is dumping me, the other two can comfort me. I am going to clone you, though you are far from perfect. I'm going to clone you, you are my science project. I'm going to clone you in case you break or you get sick. I'm going to clone you in case I accidentally kill you.
I'm gonna clone you, 'cause I love you. Love you, babe. You're the best. He made eye contact with me like 3 times during that song, you guys. Oh, that was sweet. Was that sweet? Isn't that a sweet little? But the breakdown is like, the reality of the relationship, because he's just this calm in the storm of my like pretty consistent, even though I'm medicated, I would say that I'm on the lowest dosage that I think I should be on. So I can be a little much, a little bit of a handful. And it just seems like I kind of found that right mix with him. So I think that was evident from the song. Kelly, you don't need to explain everything. Okay, Kelly, God. Sorry.
That was beautiful.
Isn't it it's like a lovely little song that, Siri just insists on singing on. So, what are you gonna do? He's like the third in our relationship.
Just needs attention.
Constantly. Constant attention. Well, so do I. I mean, and it is it must be hard for you as well. I mean, we miss the stage. We miss that connection we could get with an audience. And I think for at least from my side of being bipolar, like, it's very helpful for me to have sort of a lot of stimulation, but sort of being controlling it on my side. That's why it works with me in an audience. I mean, I'm very controlling with my audiences. I'm kind of mean and yell a lot and sit on people and grab them by the shirt and make them hold my microphone. It can sometimes be a little abusive. But just that, I think that, I don't know, how does it manifest for you when you perform? Is it like soothing for you? Is it anxiety inducing? Does it bring up a lot of things that
I feel like I need attention the way a plant needs sunlight. Oh, hey, Mike Malazzo's here.
Malazzo! Hey, the Malazzo!
Yeah, I need attention. When I have like an audience looking at me, I become a different person. I become I become this and my dad is submitting vast amounts of emojis.
Kurt, what's up, Kurt? Kurt's in the house.
Yeah, and then I don't know, it's sad not being, but I'm also like very content with the solitary creation aspect of being a musical artist,
Yeah, you've been writing a lot, right?
I wrote a whole album at the beginning of the pandemic and recorded it.
Damn. Especially at the beginning. Kudos to you.
Yeah, it was more because I was like, oh, I finally have the time to write the stuff that has been pent up for so long.
Right. It's the ability for the time and the space to release, sort of.
I was still depressed, but I don't know how I did it, but I did it.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that. Like, do you tend to write more when you're depressed or more when you're manic, or do you sort of let it all bubble up while you're depressed and then throw it out when you're manic, or live a lot while you're manic and then use that experience and write it? Or is it all of those things, which it probably is?
It's all of those things. I like the mania is like can be a bit far and few between. Or a lot of times
you miss it.
I kind of that's the thing.
Complicated.
It's complicated. It's not fun. It looks like it should be fun to other people, like because it can be so zany and entertaining. I'm looking at the comments.
I know, they're funny. You guys all love each other so much. Why don't you guys get a room then? Oh no, I mean, don't do that. This is the room. No, yeah. I'm sorry. Go on, please.
There's a truck outside my window. Yeah, I go through phases where like I hate everything I do, whether I'm not doing anything or I'm doing something or I'm working or I'm not working, and I can't really create when I'm in that state, and then I go through other phases where that's sort of lifted and I'm able to just express myself.
Mm.
And I had a big breakthrough when I was 25, and I finally was able to turn art into more of a like an impersonal labor, ironically.
Mm.
Which is
How
what
so? How did you do that?
I just came across enough material from other artists talking about their inner pain, and
Mm.
I finally like saw it was actually the guys from 21 Pilots were getting like real,
Oh,
really,
okay.
really real, and they were talking about like suicidal ideation, and it blew me away because I was like, oh, okay, I'm not like this isn't like a disability.
No,
Like
yeah.
there isn't something wrong with me that prevents me from being able to succeed in my art, like because these guys are doing it and still like they're feeling that way and they're still doing it, which means that I'm not disabled, like I can also do
Yeah.
that.
Well, I think this would loans nicely whether you think you can tell me, but since you have come up with this some of this amazing new material, and has it been freeing and in a way? I mean, is that do you feel like it's ready to be launched? And obviously, because we're doing a show and you're going to do a song, so or
I already did one from it.
several. I know exactly, more than one song. So, do you want to do another of these newer sort of quarantine inspired?
I'll do the flagship one.
Okay.
Wrong person. Yay. This is called The Ballad of Buff Dog. You heard that correctly. Oh wait, I forgot to do the audio thing. Sorry. This will enable you to hear me better. Yeah, she got the title right. I was born in the fall of 76 and the spring of 10,000 BC. I was lining the ocean with fossils when you sang me the first lullaby. When do I get to be me? While you were singing, I dreamed of something new. Love was much stronger there. While you were singing, I saw my life in you. Why was I wiser there? When you told me that love was the mother tongue, I spoke with it all that I knew. When do I get to be me?
Yay. Let me be your audience. You're,
Let me turn
I mean,
off
there's
the
the audience here, but let me give you that attention that you need currently and always.
I do need it.
Yeah, I love that. I feel like you like to write a lot of, well, I don't know. This is just me. I mean, we're just getting to know each other, really. But to write as other people that are also you, that kind of go in and out of. How do you enjoy doing?
Yeah.
Is that something that gives you freedom, like in your writing and being able to tell your feelings or sing your feelings? Or
Yeah, I know you've got a David Bowie tattoo, right?
indeed.
Don't ask me how I knew that. I forget. You've probably taken a picture which shows it or
I
something.
do. I try to focus it in every photo. I'm like, hello, David.
I love how he felt that freedom when he was coming up with his characters like Aladdin Sane and Ziggy Stardust.
Yes.
Personally, I've never done that before, but I did on this album. Buff Dog is actually a mythological creature who's existed at multiple times in different eons. Um, and it also exists. It has like a duplicity or a multiplicity of being in like different people. So in one song, it's like a homeless woman,
Oh,
and
cool.
in another song, it's like just some young man, and in another song it's me, you
Mhm.
know. And so it's and then sometimes it's itself, which is this like ancient, like other like mythological thing.
Energy or something.
It's just tired. It's just tired of having existed forever.
Right. Um, I I've I like that. I aspire to sort of grow more ancient and tired. No, just kidding. No, I like the layers of it and the conceptual nature of it, and I think, my first album, I called it a concept album, but it was like just if everything song in your head is like a concept that fits onto an album, then that was that concept album. But I think that kind of does allow for a lot of, like, there's a lot of stories that I want to tell that I don't necessarily want people to aspire to me as a person. Does that make sense? I mean, yes, I want them to come from my writing, but not to be like, oh, that's Kelly thinking those things, saying those things, having those feelings. It's sort
Yeah.
of like, an extra layer of, I don't know, there's a wall maybe. It's a callback to walls. But I wasn't really going to do this song next, but it does it fits, I think. If it fits, it's a newer song for me. So, you know, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I also just wanted to shout out to Frigid really quickly, Frigid New York, who we're doing this fundraiser for, this show for. If you could possibly take a moment to go to your Venmo and throw them some money, or find them on Patreon. As you can see, the ticker right down here. It shows you how to donate money to them if you have it. I understand it's a rough time for people. But any amount helps, and saving theater is, so important to me and so many people. And Frigid to me is New York City. Like I grew up there. Basically, I grew into my voice there, and I owe them a lot. I owe them a debt. So if you guys could pay it, that'd be amazing. So I'll give it a shot. This is well, it's called The Superman. It gives me nerves.
I do all this effects pedal.
People like to usually.
Sometimes people can know what's going on, what I'm doing. Okay. No. I'm gonna start a key. How's that sound?
Who's gonna be the one to find you? How long will it be till they push the door open and they smell you before they see that you died there in the kitchen and the cat ate 2 of your toes? No one really knew you now, no one will ever know. No. I shuffled through the house, tweeting horrifying tweets, anti-Semitic, homophobic, racist hate speech. You sent unsolicited dick pics and medieval insult threats, anonymously stalked your prey and they could never rest. Yeah, you died there in the kitchen and the cat ate 2 of your toes. No one really knew you now, no one will ever know. No. No. You were a monster that no one ever loved. You were a king on Reddit. You picked away at people and hated themselves. You picked away at people and you fed it back to them. You fed it back to them. Fed it back to them. Fed it back to them. Well, I was the one that found you on the floor by your cat Fred. I saw your computer open, I could see all the things they said. Instead of calling 911, I took the cat, your laptop, and phone, and spent the next 3 days until you finally atoned. Then I returned all of your things. I phoned the cops, you were dead. At least you left the digital world at ease, begging pardon for what you had said. Yeah, you died there in the kitchen. The cat ate 2 of your toes. No one ever really knew you, except for me. I'm the super and I know. Me, I'm the super and I know. Except for me, I'm the super and I know. To them. Me, I'm the super and I know, and I kept Fred. We have to keep the cat, right? So yeah, that was sort of like a little bit of writing in this other person's psyche of being the super of a building, and just kind of knowing all the shit that goes on with people and what they do, and kind of know all their secrets and how to fix them as people after they're dead.
That reminds me of the opening to the film by the director of Amelie. It's like the butcher shop or something.
Oh,
like that.
yeah.
Do you remember that opening scene where it's like you see everybody in the apartment building?
Vaguely. But oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I like that. And it seems like it would go in some sort of, like, this is a play about all these people in this building and the super that, maybe it will grow into sort of, a whole collection of, of my other personalities, which is this is basically, you can't write from anything that's not your own personality. So feed the, I see a few comments. Feed the cat. Yeah, that poor cat, right? To eat 2 toes. It's terrible. I hope they were delicious, though. Lots of stars and happiness and support from our fans. That's sweet. Friends, as I like to call them. That's like so lame, though. But I mean it. Like, friends that are fans, they're good people. And yeah, it's felt this hour we've almost been doing. It feels like really supportive and a little bit like group therapy, but with like a beat you can dance to. Yeah, I where do you think, like, do you think coming out of what's happened here, like, obviously you wrote this album sort of in the beginning of the pandemic, and if we ever get out of this fucking nightmare. Do you feel this is an album in the making for you? Do you not think about it like that, or
The thing that I wrote?
no? I mean, eventually, like another out, like the later, like this latter half that where you maybe weren't, because you wrote this, you wrote the in the beginning of the beginning of the pandemic.
Well,
Or is this still the beginning? We don't know.
Don't just la 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 la. Um, I melting traffic cones in LA. La 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 la. Well, I've been working on like arranging and producing the music like ever since I recorded it in the beginning.
Yeah. And are you recording currently, or?
No, so I really haven't written any new material. I have one new idea for a song that feels promising that I'd like to finish, but other than that, like my endeavors have been limited to producing this music and finishing it, and then eventually having it mastered and releasing it.
Yes, that's what I was speaking to, really. And your father is here, obviously. I mean, it's weird to ask this with him here, but I mean, do you feel very supported? Like your art is very important to your family? Is that something that you've felt supported and helpful through that kind of support, or is it sort of something you sort of hide from them sometimes? Or I'm just, you don't have to.
No, my dad is very supportive. My whole family is very supportive. So
awesome.
That's never been an issue for me.
That's helpful. So you don't have a song called, why doesn't my family support my work? Or,
No, I don't believe I do.
Well, this is dealer's choice. Not that but I am making a lot of requests of you. What do you feel like is in your heart to play?
Maybe I play that song told from the perspective of the homeless lady.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay. This one is the one, Jenny, with the funky name. Yeah. All right. Here we go. I'm so sorry to keep doing this. I need to make it sound with this audio processing switch. I'm so sorry. Here it is again. Tell me, dearest, I deserve to sleep in the shadows. At the foot of your temple, dear. I've slept before these outer walls, praying to Jupiter to leave me of myself. Jupiter, Jupiter, under your rain. I'm crying, don't you hear my name? I told you, dear, of the time when I became broken. At the foot of your temple, dear. I've slept before these outer walls, dreaming of
Etamanaki. Is that right?
How is the audio on that?
It was great.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, it
I
sounded
don't know,
really
it's-
nice.
It's the name of like the Babylonian temple or something.
I like it. Do you feel like you're lucky in some ways because of bipolar that it makes you more have these more? Oh, turn off the disable thingy. I'm like, why am I echoing? Is this? Am I having some sort of like a seizure? I don't know. Yeah. Do you feel like sometimes it's a blessing, like more blessing than curse? Like, are you one of those positive, like, we I don't know, like, or do you go back and forth?
I hate the romanticization of mental illness as if it's like, oh, but you're just closer to the truth of the universe.
Mm.
'Cause which is
Yeah,
also
but the
really
truth sucks, man.
I think that I am, if anything, I am privileged to have such a level of sensitivity that I do to the world. Hey, Tucker.
Hi.
I think that mental illness, my uneducated opinion is that mental illness is the product of hypersensitivity.
Mm.
And yeah, and like response to stress, but also just I believe
Was
I'm
it
like,
hard for you to take meds? Like, were you like, did they had to really wear you down? Wear you down? Like, you know what I mean? Like, was it a process of over and over again? Being told you got to take medicine, you have to take medication, you have to,
No, I actually, for me, I was like begging to go on meds.
Right.
And I went to a psychiatrist who hooked me up right away with the right stuff, with the good stuff.
That's amazing. Mictil didn't work for me, but I have a friend that's on it right now. She just started it like a week ago. And I'm super hopeful for her because I think it's been an undiagnosed, I mean, she's in her 40s and she's been super, I believe, undiagnosed or misdiagnosed or whatever you want to call it for a long time. And this is the first time I think she's been offered a mood stabilizer ever. Where they thought it was, she's 2, so she's got more depression as well. Depresh, as I like to call it. Yo, depresh. Yeah, I think it is glorified a little bit. Not glorified, but, it is romanticized. And, there's a lot of, I don't know. I mean, I say this all the time, like, do you want a convention? I don't want a conventional life, but I also just would rather just sometimes just watch sitcoms and which I do, but to be a little less in touch with everybody's fucking feelings all the time. I mean, it is so much happening and coming in. And the reason I do what I do with so many instruments and looping and constantly changing buttons and changing sounds is because that helps me sort of turn down the voices in a way or whatever it is. Along with medication, which took me longer to get on track. I wasn't so into it, but I think, I also, that when I was in my 20s, that was a few years ago. It was like 20 years ago, but it was a different time. It wasn't as not that it's completely acceptable or accepted. That's acceptable, of course, but is not that it's. Just think it's different. It's people are wanting to get help because more people are talking about it. People are doing shows about it. Not, here we are discussing it openly with family. Like it's feels like a less guarded secret now, and doesn't have to be all that secretive.
Totally.
The last song reminded me of the one I want to play, so I'm just going to do it, and it's another kind of new one, and I think it has a weird name because it's Fermi's Paradox, which is, well, if I told you, then you. How's that sound, Craig? Is it too loud? So Craig knows. Does it sound okay? Too loud? Can you hear it? It's too loud? Oh, okay. I'm just gonna go for it. 'Cause, you know. Play this whole thing. Sorry, technical difficulties. Sorry. Oh, this is dead air. No one likes dead air. Don't forget to give to Frigid, guys, while I get my shit together. They do so much for me. Of course, they're not helping out right now when I need. Damn it. Well, it's just gonna have to work. Give it a go. I just don't think that's gonna work for me. So we're gonna change.
You have to be able to roll with the punches. Because sometimes shit doesn't work.
This one, it's an oldie. I'm not your fucking GPS, bitch. Find your own way. I'm not your fucking GPS, bitch. Find your own way. You drive me crazy. Won't stop and ask for some direction, babe. I'm not a rental, makes me mental, sentimental, detrimental when you ride that way. Drive that way. You're lost, and then you're found. See? Don't know your way around this body. Drunk dick. Too much wine. That's the wrong hole for the very last time. Use your Google Maps, 'cause your problem's not mine. Girl balls. Do you want tears or do you want a brawl? Need a big stall for my giant girl balls. I got girl balls. Motherfucking girl balls. Oh, taking it back to the beginning. Girl balls. Well done, Jenny. Jenny's I want to shout Jenny out too, because she's helping us from Frigid. She's doing the text, so thank you to her. I think we got 2 more songs maybe. And yeah, then we're gonna wrap it. So don't forget to give a little more to Frigid. I hope you guys found some sanity, some insanity, some. What else were they going to find here? Some good new songs. You find us on Facebook, Instagram, all the socials, the twits. I'm now on, as the kids say, the TikTok. So find me there if you want. But I don't know. Take it from there, Kate. What do you want to play?
I have one song in mind. It's called "A Sad One." I'm going to remember to put the audio thing on this time before I start. Yes, to differentiate from the other cheerful songs I write. I'm in the wild, losing my mind. Long ago orphan, left dumb and blind. I found that child, solitary and safe. They just create. I used to believe that every actor had their fans, no matter how small their role. I brought my journal but forgot my pen. Now you're just somebody that I used to know. Now I know it's okay to write a bad song. Babusa tamale, write a bad song. Sometimes I just wanna see myself bleed, for the phone to go off and see your name on the screen. Cause it feels like an endless day, watching you run from me. Well, I never saw myself going head to head with a man like you. Turning me into a mirror so you can tell yourself the truth. Well, I'm only angry at who you feel you need to be. Well, maybe you should check your own height before you talk down to me. I'm trying not to care so much about losing things like the color in my hair, or clothes that I keep but never wear. I'm saving strangers in my dreams from my subconscious warfare. I swear this PTSD steals my eyes from me, so I can't see that you are different from them. You're so much different from them. You're not the same as them. You're not the same as them. Now I'm just waiting on this dust to settle on this hamster wheel from hell. I'm in the wild, losing my mind. Long ago orphan, left dumb and blind. I found that child, solitary and safe. You can relate.
I can relate. I hope just saying, calling, referring to you as a Joni sort of remind me a bit of Joni, and
Thank you.
is a night feels good to you. I don't know. Sometimes people tell me I'm like somebody. You've killed it with me tonight, though. Telling me who you remind, or I remind you of. Just a really, I don't know. This way your songs are so inviting, and then like kind of twist and turn it a little bit, and just make it. I don't know. This is a really nice feeling. Be living inside your songs for
Aw.
me tonight. So thank you
you.
for that. And it inspired me to I was like, oh, I have this. I mean, I have my quintessential song. It's like an anthem for artists that are whatever thing you may have that's supposedly wrong with you or right with you. It's a sort of an anthem for mentally ill artists. But I was going to do that to end, but I think I'm going to do a sad song to end. Just leave everybody like sad. It's been really great doing this with you, Kate.
Yeah.
Thank you to Frigid. Thank you so much to Jenny. I feel like it went well, and I think we might try to do it again. Maybe do some more guests, and I don't know. We're just getting through it, right?
Yeah.
Let's go. The human condition. The human condition is a ferocious affliction, and happiness is hard. Sleeping pills, my addiction. You style your hair, even though it is dead. You were covered in bugs from your toes to your head. The human condition thinks it's evolving, making more problems than the ones it is solving. Living in fear and loving from need. The city that never sleeps amplifies greed. We are filled with bugs. We are made of bugs. Brung to cosmic light by cosmic fingers and plugs. More germs than genetics, more bacteria than cells. Hinders or helpers, we can hardly tell. The human condition thinks it's evolving, making more problems than the ones it is solving. Living in fear and loving from need. The city that never sleeps amplifies greed. The noise of the bugs, and the bugs in those bugs, cannot be quieted with sleep or with drugs. They buzz all around you, doing bug things that bugs do, and only God knows the truth. We're all just bugs too. The human condition is a ferocious affliction, and happiness is hard. Sleeping pills, my addiction. You style your hair, even though it is dead. And you are covered in bugs from your toes to your head. Bugs, the human condition. Thanks, everybody. Do you want to say anything, Kate? You want to give your socials or anything? I think everyone's been inundated with that. Oop, I can't hear you. I don't know why.
I muted myself.
Oh. Thanks everybody again. Check out Hot Glue and the Gun show tomorrow. You can go to their Facebook page. It's Hot Glue and the Gun. There you go. And it's been a pleasure. This has been great. I feel like I really worked through some things. I'm going to check in with you, Kate. How are you? What's happening with you?
This has greatly lifted my spirits for today, I would say.
Yeah, I think so too. And I hope everyone who came along on the journey, if you will, had a wild ride, because I feel like we're like a nice juxtaposition. We kind of like did a nice play catch with each other. So thanks everybody. Thanks Jenny. Thanks Frigid. Please donate to Frigid New York. Please save indie theater. I need to get back in the theater with some of these songs. They're very theatrical, obviously. So I guess, is that how we end it? Is that how we do it?
I guess. The Gluey Zoomy show tomorrow.
Yeah, Gluey Zoomy.
Gluey Zoomy tomorrow night.
Lots of fun.
Hot Glue and the Gun. Check them out.
Bye, Dad. Bye, Kurt. Let's do Kurt.